Hi, it's me, RachaelLyn, and today is Financial Friday, and I am going over my October budget. Alright, so I am going to skip my notes section. That's usually where I start. I don't have any additional notes. You might see that there are a couple of notes, but they were there from the very beginning of the month when I set up my budget to remind myself to put in more gas money for Keeneland and also more restaurant money because I would be on the road working at Keeneland. Now, I did not work out at Keeneland as much as I had anticipated. My mom was in the hospital for most of the month, I think about 3 weeks, and there was an issue that I had to deal with at Churchill Downs as far as my application coming up for the November meet, which got worked out, thank goodness, but I had to take a whole day off, and there were several days that I just did not go work at Keeneland because I wanted to be with my mom and see my mom, and so I think I only worked 2 days out at Keeneland, but that's 2 days more money than I had before. That being said, I'm just going to go ahead and go over my budget. I'm going to do this hopefully somewhat quickly. So first of all, it was a normal month, and I made my church contribution of $25 a week, and there were 4 weeks in October. 4 Saturdays is when it comes out. I put $600 towards my student loans. That is for my rehabilitation payments that came out automatically of a different bank account. And I actually only had one payment for the month of October. And that one was actually... it was actually not due until November, and I paid it early, so I paid it in October. So, it wasn't even an October payment, which is nice. I do plan on doing an updated, rehabilitation student loan debt kind of video soon, but anyway, I went on ahead and put the full $600 in there because I didn't know that the other ones weren't going to come out, but the money I still have it with me. It's just in a different bank account right now. You'll find out down below how much I put towards savings. I don't put anything extra towards my checking or my other bank account. That one was just a bank account that I opened just so that I could get an extra $200, and I just kept it open, and I keep $100 in there. My sinking funds, this is just Capital One interest that was added on at the beginning of the month, and I just kind of stick it in there first thing, and it goes all towards my sinking funds. Pardon the loud noise that you hear from my computer. It is the fan working. It is a old computer, 5 years old, of a laptop, and so it works really hard. So I'm sorry about the noise, but that's what that is. My HP Instant Ink was $15.89. My Verizon bill, I don't know why it went up 9 cents, but it was $53.16. My Netflix bill was $10.99. And then my gas, I actually stayed somewhat under budget because I did not drive to Keeneland as much as I thought that I was going to. Plus I was having some car issues. My car is still in the shop. It's been 3 weeks, and my car's I still don't have my own car, but I have my dad's car, and my dad's old car, and his gas tank is huge, and so when I show you the gas budget in just a moment, you'll see my gas amount jumped way up, and that's because I filled up my dad's gas tank. The good news is the gas tank lasts longer, and I've just now had to refill it, and for the second time, and I didn't put as much in it because I'm hoping to get my car back soon, but I still don't know what's going on with my car, and I'm starting to get a little frustrated, and I've called, and they won't answer, and so, I don't know, my car is just kind of in limbo right now. Anyway, groceries, you can see I was way over budget. When I did my November budget setup video, I had not closed out my October budget yet, and I think seeing this number, I think I have decided to actually raise my grocery budget. I'm not really going to change anything else. My totals, as far as being a zero-based budget, I'm already over $40 going into the month of November, knowing that I'm going to make more than what I have, knowing that I've already made more than I plan for. So knowing that I'm making more, I'm okay with being over 40. I'm actually probably going to make it at least another $25 up in my grocery budget for the month of November, and it's just going to be overages for the month, and I'll have to figure it out later what I'm doing with that. My teaching budget, I was over by $6.40. My restaurants, I was over by about $6.65, and then my spending budget, I was over by about $20. And I'll go ahead and show you this down here. This is my main budget, what I budget off of. That is just my 2 regular paychecks. That does not include any other extra side money, and this is what I budget off of. I was over for the month knowing that I would make more from Keeneland, and I actually had my total income received was $25.31, and so my income minus my AGO, all of that information I just like to have. So I actually only made an extra $231.97 in the month of October. Not as much as I was hoping to make, but still, I mean, that's more money than I budget for, so that's a good thing. Alright, I'm going to go over everything on this other side over here. So these are the dates that my amounts come out of, my student loans, all of this stuff. This is just my regular known allocations. I know exactly how much it's going to be. It doesn't really change unless it's like my cell phone. I don't know why it went up 9 cents. It's just weird. And then my teaching allocation, I didn't even spend it on teaching stuff. I just had a bad month. I just didn't feel like working. I was feeling sorry for myself because my mom was in the hospital. I was feeling sorry for myself because my car broke down and was going to be a major repair. And I just took that money out and I just spent it. And yeah, so that, and then I even took like $50 out down here and I just spent it. I'm not too hard on myself because it didn't really go over budget. I just didn't spend it where it was supposed to be spent. So, I mean, like, I need to, I mean, like, if I hadn't spent that money, like, I didn't spend anything. I spent $6.40. Like, what could I have done with the rest, like, with $90 being under budget? Like, that all could have gone towards debt. Like, what could I have done if I was $50 under budget? Or not 50, but I guess it would have been more like $30 under budget. Like, I could have done so much more, but I just spent it. So, like, now I'm like feeling like terrible about it. But anyway, what am I going to do? It's gone. And, the only thing I could do is make November better. And so that is what I plan on doing. So really, I spent $6.40 in my teaching allocation, and I really went over more like $120 in my spending budget. I just kind of like put it under there so that it didn't look as bad. Kroger, that was, I don't think that was groceries. I think that was like, I needed deodorant and just a lot of like personal needs and things like that. And so, makeup remover, wipes, and like for my removing makeup off of my face, like things like that. And so that's what that was. My gas allocation, you can see I normally spend about $25, $25, $24, $13, $42.93. That is my dad's gas tank, my dad's old car. So that was October 23rd. I literally just filled up on November 6th for the second time. So it lasted from October 23rd to November 6th, and that's how long that gas tank lasted. Down here you can see my grocery allocation, Kroger, Walmart. I've started putting snacks in parentheses if it is snacks for my students. So $35, $6.99, $16.84, and then again this one was Farm Day, which was $17.23. So that's actually quite a bit of snacks. I've been reimbursed. Let's see. I think it's actually should have been on this October because I got the check in October, but I didn't deposit it until after November had started, so it's going in my November budget. But I have gotten reimbursed for about $50-something. I have a couple of receipts still to turn in, so that's just one of those things that I buy snacks for my kids at school and I get reimbursed for it. So I started noting where the snacks are so that I can see just exactly how much is definitely snacks. The rest of it was me, so if you take out, almost $70, that right there is where I'm over. That's pretty telling. That means I need to up my budget just because I am getting reimbursed for that money. I need to up that budget, but I am trying to keep it where, like, I still stay in my budget and then just get reimbursed for that. So, so that it's kind of like extra income for me. It's not, but it feels like it in my budget is what I'm trying to do with it. But, I think I'm just going to have to up my grocery budget to accommodate for snacks. My restaurant allocation, I just barely went over. This last little spending, I just didn't even think about it, but we went out to Cole's Pizza while we did our book discussion for our book club, and I just kind of, I shouldn't have bought food, but I was hungry, and that was pretty much, there weren't a whole lot of choices at a pizza place. So, add pizza at a pizza place. Go figure. Then I also had an eye exam and a contact exam that came out of pocket because I do not have vision insurance. However, I just found out that starting January 1st, we will start getting vision insurance. It is something that I will have to pay into, about $8 a month of my own money, plus our regular insurance rates are going up. So I have a feeling like come January 1st, when all of that takes place, I'm going to start making less money than I did last year. And I even got a pay raise this year. So it sucks, but that's just kind of how it is. I paid all of that out of pocket. I do have other eye issues that fall under medical insurance, so thankfully I don't really have to worry about that so much. I also spent $77 on a tow truck to tow my car that broke down literally as I was exiting the expressway, and the timing belt broke, so it's going to be a huge repair. Still don't know how much it's going to be. I've been without my car for several weeks now, so actually since October 17th. So it's going to be quite a bit of money. I don't know how much exactly, but the tow truck alone was $77. Thank goodness for my car repairs and replacement fund. I just wish it was larger, but I will work some things out with that. I also spent $18.89, and I put that under family time. This was actually eating out. Maybe should have gone under restaurants, but I knew that I had already kind of like reached that threshold. But my mom got out of the hospital and we went out to eat. And so I felt like that is exactly the kind of thing that my family time budget is for. And so I used it for that. So I'm going to skip through my sinking funds because I didn't really change anything on here. But I am going to come down here. There's not much to see over here. Let's see if I can move myself. Okay. There's not a lot to see here, but this is just basically income minus outgo for the month, and this is how much I had left over. So it's not as much as I would want, but I had originally planned to put my $800 towards my extra savings to pay off debt, and then $320 in my sinking funds. I decided that with my car repairs coming up, I needed to put extra towards my sinking funds so that I could put it in my car repairs and replacement. So I actually ended up putting $626.90, and I know like this total's not coming out. This is also actually including the interest that was earned that I got at the beginning of November. That's not in this budget, and it's not in my November budget because I hadn't gotten that yet, but I have gotten it, so that actually includes more interest than what this month counts. But anyway, I ended up putting $626.90 towards my sinking funds. I might even need to take more from my savings. I don't know. It just depends on how much my car repair costs, and I still don't know how much it's going to be. So I'm only adding $500 to my savings for paying off my student loans, which I did find out from my dad that it doesn't really matter when I pay, because the taxes are just on, like, when you pay interest, you get like a little tax break when you pay interest. So if I'm going to pay a complete $10,000 bill that's like all on principal, then there's not really a tax break for it. So it doesn't really matter if I pay off a $10,000 student loan bill. It's not going to count positively or negatively towards my taxes for this year or next year, no matter when I pay it. So it really just doesn't matter when I pay it. But I do plan on hopefully still making my goal of paying $10,000 by not the end of the year, but like by the end of January, because that's when I started. So like a year from when I started was the end of January. So my goal was $10,000. So I have not actually reallocated the extra money towards my sinking funds. I did not do that in my budget setup video. And if you would like me to do another video where I allocate my sinking funds, then I can do just that, because I haven't really even thought of it. It's probably mostly just going to go in my car repairs replacement. But really, I'm not really planning on allocating any of that actually until I find out how much my car repairs are. So right now it's just all going to be towards car repairs until I find out how much that is, and then I can reallocate all the other money. But if you'd like to see me allocate that money, like once I know, I can do a video. Just let me know down below in the comments and I can do that. Otherwise, it'll be in either my November budget wrap-up video or my December setup video, like I normally do my sinking funds for my setup video. That is it for today. This is my October budget. I'm not extremely proud of myself, just because I mean, like, I spent money that I shouldn't have spent, and when I could have saved it and put it more towards my car. But you know, I think knowing where I was during the month of October, and knowing the place that my head was in and all of the things going on around me, I'm actually super proud of myself that it's not way worse than it was. So that being said, go ahead and give me a like, leave me a comment down below, let me know how you deal with hard times, and especially if you are a spender, as a way to deal with difficult things, which that's me. So leave me a comment down below if you have any advice for me as far as dealing with feelings and not spending my feelings. I do one of two things. I either spend my feelings or eat my feelings, and that has led me to the place that I am in both debt and my weight. So all of which I talk about on my channel. So if you're interested in seeing me deal with these things, go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are not already. As far as that is concerned, I will see you in the next one. Bye.